Have you ever looked at your life and wondered, am I really becoming the person I'm meant to be? It's a question almost everyone asks, but very few answer honestly. Most people believe becoming your best self is about working harder, earning more, or becoming perfect. But that's one of the biggest lies we've ever believed. Every morning, we promise ourselves that today will be different. Yet somehow, we end up repeating the same habits, the same excuses, and the same regrets. We blame time. We blame luck. We blame other people. But the real obstacle is much closer than we think. It's the quiet voice inside our head saying, "You're not good enough. Maybe tomorrow. What if you fail?" That voice doesn't scream. It whispers every single day until we begin to believe it's telling the truth. Slowly, our dreams become smaller. Our confidence disappears, and we settle for a life that feels safe, but never satisfying. The painful truth is that nobody is coming to rescue us. No perfect moment, no magical opportunity, no secret shortcut. The greatest battle you'll ever fight isn't against the world. It's against the version of yourself that wants to stay comfortable forever. But what if everything you've believed about personal growth is wrong? What if becoming your best self starts with one simple realization? Stay with me, because this changes everything. Think about a baby learning to walk. They fall hundreds of times, but they never believe they're a failure. Somewhere along the way, we changed. We started treating mistakes as proof that we're not good enough. Psychologists call this a fixed mindset. It's the belief that your abilities are permanent and can't truly improve. When you believe that, every failure feels personal. Instead of learning, you protect your ego by avoiding challenges. So you procrastinate, not because you're lazy, but because failing feels more painful than never trying. Ironically, avoiding failure guarantees something even worse: regret. Days become months, and months quietly become years. Imagine standing at the end of your life, looking back at all the dreams you abandoned because you doubted yourself. That's the real cost of fear, not embarrassment, not rejection, a lifetime of unrealized potential. The truth is, your future isn't built by giant moments. It's built by tiny choices repeated every single day. The moment you stop asking, "Can I do this?" and start asking, "What can I learn today?" everything begins to change. Have you ever wondered why changing your life feels so difficult? It's not because you're weak. It's because your brain is designed to keep you safe, not successful. Your brain treats the unknown as a potential threat. Even positive change can feel dangerous simply because it's unfamiliar. That's why staying in your comfort zone feels comfortable. It's predictable, even if it makes you unhappy. Imagine your comfort zone as a small cage. The door has always been open, but fear convinced you it was locked. Every time you avoid a challenge, your brain rewards you with temporary relief. Unfortunately, that relief strengthens the habit of avoiding discomfort. This is why confidence doesn't come before action. Confidence is built after you've acted despite your fear. Think about every successful person you've admired. They weren't fearless. They simply refused to let fear make their decisions. Growth begins the moment you become comfortable being uncomfortable. That's where real transformation starts. Your comfort zone protects who you are today. Stepping beyond it creates the person you could become tomorrow. The question isn't whether you're scared. The real question is, will fear decide your future? Most people think success comes from one big decision. But your life is actually shaped by hundreds of tiny decisions you barely notice. Every time you hit the snooze button, every time you say, "I'll start tomorrow," you're casting a vote for the person you're becoming. Your habits are like drops of water falling on a rock. One drop changes nothing. Thousands of drops change everything. This is why your identity doesn't change overnight. It changes quietly, through the actions you repeat every day. If you repeat excuses, you become someone who always has excuses. If you repeat courage, you become someone who naturally acts with courage. The secret isn't chasing motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but systems stay. Imagine brushing your teeth. You don't need motivation because it's already part of who you are. The same can happen with reading, exercising, learning, or building your dreams. When a habit becomes your identity, it stops feeling difficult. Don't ask, "What do I need to achieve?" Ask, "Who do I need to become?" Because lasting change doesn't begin with goals. It begins with changing your identity, one small habit at a time. Imagine two people with the same talent, the same opportunities, and the same dreams. Why does one succeed while the other gives up? The answer isn't intelligence. It isn't luck. It's belief. Your mind acts like a filter. If you believe you can't succeed, you'll notice every reason to quit. But if you believe you can grow, your brain starts searching for solutions instead of excuses. Self-belief isn't pretending you'll never fail. It's trusting that you'll keep going even when you do. Every challenge you overcome becomes evidence. Evidence that you're stronger than yesterday. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build, one promise to yourself at a time. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, no matter how small, you strengthen your identity. The person you admire isn't special. They simply believed in themselves long enough to become who they wanted to be. Today, make one promise to yourself. Then keep it. Because your future is watching every choice you make. Everyone reaches a moment where they have two choices. Keep living the same life, or finally decide that enough is enough. Change rarely begins with excitement. More often, it begins with being tired of repeating the same mistakes. One day you realize the pain of staying the same has become greater than the pain of changing. That realization changes everything. Because now you're no longer running from discomfort. You're running toward a better future. You don't need to transform overnight. You only need to take the next right step. One page read, one workout completed, one difficult conversation, one promise kept. These small actions may seem invisible today, but together, they become the foundation of an extraordinary life. The person you want to become isn't waiting at the finish line. They're being created by the choices you make right now. Stop asking for a different life while repeating the same actions. A new future demands new habits. Today isn't just another day. It could be the day your new story finally begins. There's a moment in every transformation that no one talks about. Nothing around you has changed, but something inside you has. You wake up one morning and realize you no longer need someone to push you. The habits that once felt impossible now feel natural. Not because they became easier, but because you became stronger. You stop chasing motivation. Instead, you rely on discipline, the promise you keep even when you don't feel like it. For the first time, your actions and your goals begin to match. You're no longer just dreaming. You're becoming. People start noticing the difference. They see your confidence, your consistency, and your calm determination. Some will ask for your secret, but they'll never see the quiet mornings, the lonely evenings, and the difficult choices that built this version of you. Every small victory becomes proof that change is possible, not because life became easier, but because you refuse to give up. The person staring back at you in the mirror isn't perfect, but there's someone you're finally proud to become. This is the breakthrough. The day you stop waiting to become your best self and start living as that person. By now, you've learned something powerful. Becoming your best self was never about becoming someone else. It was about removing everything that kept the real you hidden. The fear, the doubt, the excuses. Every difficult decision you've made has been shaping your character, not just your results. People often celebrate success, but they rarely see the sacrifices that made success possible. There will still be hard days. You'll still make mistakes, and that's okay. The difference now is that failure no longer stops you. It teaches you. You stop measuring your progress against other people. Instead, you compare yourself to the person you were yesterday. And little by little, you realize you're becoming someone you once admired. Your greatest competition was never another person. It was the version of yourself that was afraid to grow. And today, you've already won the hardest battle. The battle to begin. There comes a day when you stop chasing a better life, because you realize you've become the person capable of creating it. Nothing magical happened overnight. No secret formula. No lucky break. It was the early mornings when no one was watching. The difficult choices that nobody applauded. It was saying yes to discipline, even when comfort was begging you to quit. Every setback became a lesson. Every failure became another brick in the foundation of your future. You no longer fear challenges. You welcome them because they reveal who you're becoming. Now, when life tests you, you don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" You ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" That single shift in perspective changes everything. Problems become opportunities. Fear becomes fuel. This is the real breakthrough. Not becoming perfect, but becoming unstoppable because you never stop growing. And when you finally look back, you'll realize the person you were searching for was inside you all along. After everything we've discovered, one truth remains. Your best self isn't waiting for you in the future. It's built by the choices you make today. You don't need to be smarter. You don't need more talent. You don't need the perfect moment. All you need is the courage to take one small step, then another, and another. Remember, every great achievement in history started exactly the same way. With one person deciding not to quit. There will still be fear. There will still be failure. But neither one has the power to define you unless you let it. From this day forward, stop asking, "What if I fail?" Instead ask, "What kind of person do I become if I never try?" Months from now, your future self will either thank you or wish you had started today. Imagine meeting that future version of yourself. Would they be proud of the decision you're about to make after this video? So make yourself one promise. Show up every day. Improve by just 1%. Stay consistent, even when nobody notices. Because greatness is never built in a single day. It is built one day at a time. 1 year from now, your life could be completely different because of a decision you make today. The truth about becoming your best self is simple. You don't become extraordinary by waiting. You become extraordinary by choosing growth again and again every single day. So when this video ends, close your excuses. Open your future. Take the first step. Your new story starts now.